All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the second Elden Ring stream. We're going to be doing Shadow of the Erdtree. You can probably hear through our mics. There's some things happening. I'm Donald. I'll be moderating with Brandon here. Brandon.
Hi. Brandon is here. I'm going to be playing the game and answering your questions. Maybe we can turn down the TV a little bit.
Yeah, let me...
Because it doesn't have to necessarily be for them, but it would be nice to be able to
Thank you.
to hear what you're saying a little
Yes.
bit.
Let me know when...
That's good.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Wow, this thing has a ton of hit points.
Yes. No, those are...
Look at those hit points. My goodness.
All right. Chat, I should let you know, I am a little less blind. I have, in fact, done most of the DLC, so I'm all yours tonight. I will be keeping a much closer eye on chat, so please ask questions.
And I am blind. I have not played the DLC except for like I said I would and explored a bit more of the castle. Oh, this looks bad. Let's get away from that, whatever that is. Oh,
that is some range.
Yeah, all right. That auto kills me. That's bad.
Yeah. To give kind of a primer to those who didn't see last time.
Oh, I'll give the primer. Have
Please?
you guys have we gone to gameplay yet?
We are on gameplay.
Okay. Hi, everybody. This is... Oh, I'll sit down and reset that. So this is High Priest Thog of the Church of the Holy Bonk. He is a caveman. He likes to hit things and bonk them on the head and baptize them into the Church of the Holy Bonk. He does not understand things like bows and arrows and magic spells. Though I decided since he was a high priest, he should have at least one spell. So I got him the rock spell.
Oh.
That feels appropriate, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
High Priest Thog, though, does not believe in faith. He believes only in things that let him bonk a little harder. I'm trying to do this DLC at about half the recommended level. That usually gives me the challenge I'm looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's an upgrade I can do. But I'm going to probably just do all of the Shadow Realm Blessing upgrades. I understand those are more important, but you know, I want to make sure this is a fun viewing experience. So if I start hitting places where I'm just taking 14 hours to pass bosses, then we'll level up. I don't want it to be too boring. Melania took me about 14 hours, and that's a little too much. This guy might be too much for me right now. We'll see.
What level is Thog currently at?
Thog is currently 82. I figured I'll give him a couple levels every time he beats a major boss. And so every time we hit some major boss, my goal is going to be to end him at about level 100. I was looking online. A lot of people are saying they think the new meta might be level 200. We'll see. It might not end up there. Like, once you get past 150, levels matter a lot less than they used to.
Mm-hmm.
But Thog still, and a lot of people are saying, like, levels don't matter that much for the DLC, but Thog still hasn't maxed out either his vitality or his strength. And so I think each point's going to be still pretty relevant for him. I think it'll still be fun to level up now and then. We're going to give this guy a couple tries. He might be too much for us.
I will believe. So some of the questions I saw right off the bat. Do you have a favorite Magic the Gathering guild?
Yeah, Dimir. I mean, it's not too surprising. It's definitely both for the whole joke of Dimir, right? The whole we don't actually exist. I thought was funny.
It's a very solid joke.
And the whole idea of just like black blue is my thing. Sometimes I'm Esper, but yeah, something with blue, and Dimir is like the most blue of the blue guilds, I feel like, in Ravnica.
Yeah.
I should mention our though I need to level him up. He's only level 8 right now. which is why he's having trouble. So he might not be able to handle this DLC. No. I should mention Sir Thump is our Spirit Ash, the ancestral follower.
Sir Thump, what spawned that name?
It's just a name. I mean,
Yeah.
what else? He is a scientist, Sir Thump is. He has a newfangled device that lets him shoot at people from range that amazes and interests Thog. He's impressed by how intelligent Sir Thump is. So I wonder, I can probably...
This looks like a crit spot?
Yeah,
Or
it
crit
does
stop?
look like, but I feel like I'm gonna do way more damage this way, but maybe not. Yeah, let's just go do it.
Yeah,
There you go.
let's see what it's total. 621.
Oh yeah, that does way
Whoa,
more. Yeah,
oh my
okay.
God.
So you're meant to crit this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how you actually beat him.
That makes a lot more sense. All right. Interesting. Yeah. Jump. Very well done.
Yeah, jumping things. I found that like with some of the things like frost and fire in this, you want to jump rather than roll.
You're so close. So I've seen a couple comments. Why do you have so many runes?
Why do I have so many runes? Thog doesn't understand what runes are for, and he considers them his high points, his high score. And so he likes to have a nice high score. And so he does his best to oh, there we go.
Very nicely done.
To get a nice high score. And he's not sure what else you would use those for, really. That seems the point of them is to have a nice high score.
So I don't know if you saw it. That looked like a physic tier.
Yes, that did. Let's see what that one does.
Huh. Interesting.
You haven't done this?
I only beat this one today, and I actually didn't check the item because when we were doing stream testing, I was like, all right, what's good?
That's a Sekiro counter.
What?
Yeah, it gives you a Sekiro counter for a few minutes.
That's actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
I'm all for that.
That's kind of cool.
Huh. That's a fun integration.
So anyway, Thog found a key. And he wants to go see where the key leads. It's a well something key. I actually tested it, I think, and made sure it opened, but I can't remember. But I didn't go down it. So
Gotcha.
So we're gonna go see. Let's see. No, that's not where you get the key.
That's your convert.
Yes. Yes. Let's see. It's right here. Let me go to the thing, I think.
So far, how are you enjoying the DLC?
I really like it. So far, now I hear some of the bosses get ridiculously hard.
I can concur.
And so it's one of those things, like, we play Dark Souls games for the challenge, right? That's part of what we love about them, or at least what I love about them. You can see I'm doing it at a lower level than I'm supposed to, because I found in the main game that if I do it at the recommended level, that it's too easy, and I stop quite enjoying it as much. And so doing it at a lower level, but it is possible to get too hard. And I worry a little bit. I worry just a little bit that the game designers. This looks like it's going to be poison. The game designers are like, well, people like the difficulty, so we have to up the difficulty for. Oh yeah, that's poison, isn't it?
I mean, it's
FromSoft.
Miyazaki. If you don't have a poison swamp, it's not a real FromSoft game.
Yeah, we already had a poison swamp. We had 2 of them. All right. I liken this actually to tricking fans with. I need to bonk those with the jump attack. Get baptized. Tricking fans with twists, right? So let me explain something that I've kind of learned. Oh wow,
Oh?
they grab you.
That's not fun.
No. So tricking fans with twists.
Okay.
If so twists start to become a thing, right? That people want and expect, and they become a selling point. And authors learn this, and so they're like, well, I need to make sure I have good twists. But then it becomes an arms race, right? The fans start, we'll go up there later. The fans start being able, arm from bit ahead. In short, seek strong foe. Fans start learning to expect the twist and start learning to anticipate them. So the authors start making harder and harder twists. And there's a danger zone in there.
Okay.
A danger zone where a twist is great when it can be expected and anticipated, right?
Right.
There are reasons to have twists that can't be. But in most cases, if you can't anticipate the twist, if you don't see it happen and be like, wow, I could have guessed that, I should have guessed that, then you don't get that satisfying sense from the twist. Right? And the twist stops doing its job. It starts just being there to, what's the phrase? There's a phrase that people use online for it, but it's like, a twist for twist's sake. There's a lot of these games.
Oh. Okay.
And suddenly, it stops being satisfying. And there's some place in there where you need to stop the arms race. If you continue the arms race, you can say, well, they've guessed this, or they'll guess this, so I make it harder. Then the average reader suddenly stops having a good experience, and even your hardcore readers stop having as good experience because they could never have guessed it. So what's the fun in trying?
Right.
And it's this danger that happens. Oh, is that the hard foe? They just put in that? Yeah. Oh, those guys are tough.
Oh yeah. It's another bonk convert. Yeah.
Another.
Oh, what?
Oh boy. Oh wow. He's using magic. And so it's like, at some point you have to accept that some readers are going to guess your twists. And be okay with it. And likewise, I worry about this. At some point, I feel like the FromSoft developers are going to accept that it's going to be too easy for some hardcore players. Whoa.
Oh, nice.
And to make it strong for, or a good game experience for everyone else, right? And even the hardcore players, if you get too hard, they're going to be like, well, I no longer can really, like the fun for the hardcore players, can I beat it without a spirit summons? Can I beat it without? And I understand. We'll look at all these things once we're done talking about this and done with poison. I understand the philosophy of, well, we make our games hard, use the tools given. I totally believe in that. That's why I'm leveling up Sir Thump so that we can have a nice Spirit Ash that doesn't feel quite so overpowered.
Right.
And things like that. And I will use a Mimic tier if it's like, oh look. But if you start doing your design so that it's that hard, do you see what that's saying? What I'm saying there?
Yeah.
It's like how your twists. I know of some authors who, when readers can't guess their twist, they just change it to something else, and then all their foreshadowing is suddenly a red herring, and suddenly it feels unsatisfying to hit that twist because all that foreshadowing doesn't mean anything,
right?
And whatnot. Anyway, I don't think they're there. I think Millennia was there. Millennia was too hard. But I think Millennia being an optional boss makes it a little more okay. If I had been there giving feedback and doing design on her, let's see, should I get up there? What I would have suggested, assume, this is
no
Legacy Dungeon, no torrent.
Yeah.
I would have suggested, all right, Millennia Phase 1 should be the boss, and then you should have to do some extra secret thing to find the real version of her that has both versions.
Oh, okay.
And then it feels more like hey, you're not supposed to be able to beat this boss, but if you want to go super hardcore, go ahead and try. You can feel like as a normal player that you have beaten the game because the Erdtree isn't actually secret, right? Like
No.
they pretend it's a secret area, but it is totally not.
Yeah.
I mean, they give you the one half of those medallions without you have to even really do anything.
No. And then what's this bucket tells you the rest.
Yeah. And so anyway, that's what I would have done with that. And if the bosses in this are legitimately all like or regularly that level of difficulty, then I worry that the arms race has gone too far. But we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see. I don't feel that way so far. So far, I feel like it's about in line where you should expect the end of the game to go after you've finished it, where the DLC should go in upping the difficulty just a little bit.
Right. Makes sense. I have seen a couple comments. Your voice sounds a little scratchy. Everything okay?
Yeah, getting over a cold. Good question. I'm past it now, but I don't know if I can get up there. But just getting over it.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Makes sense.
So
It's interesting. This leads me to my own question. Do you feel like you have a perfect boss design? Like that you could, I don't know.
Oh yeah, I love in this. I know a lot of people like him. I think I can do that. I don't know if I can do it in the context of not making it boring while I'm streaming. But
I mean, people are loving to hear you talk about your ideas.
I know a lot of people hate them. I really think the Godskin duo is close to a perfect design for this game.
What?
Yeah. All right. Let me explain.
Please.
No, I don't think I can get up there.
No.
So why do I think it's perfect? Well, Elden Ring does some things that regular Dark Souls just couldn't. And yeah, I can't do it. Actually,
Could you do it from? Yeah.
I think I already got up there. Did I already get up there?
No, because you went this way and tried to get up this way.
Yeah, I tried to get up this way. I think there must be another path.
Yeah.
One of the cool things about Elden Ring is because of things like field bosses and all the little dungeons and things, you can there's still that ladder also that we may want to go explore.
Yeah.
You can reuse bosses, and it doesn't feel cheap in Elden Ring. Where in Dark Souls, because it's a short 20-hour experience or whatever, it feels cheap. I already did this. No, I didn't. What does it say? Rump required a head. Okay.
Rump?
What are you doing? What kind of
Were they pointing at
joke? I don't know. Oh, I think they're saying climb on this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yep. No, they're saying sit on it. It's a joke. Yeah.
Yep.
So they can use the same bosses over and over again, but make them a little more difficult each time. Why is that actually good design? Well, they make them a little bit more difficult each time. What happens is you get to learn the boss, get better at the boss, and feel like a champ when something that was once hard for you becomes easy. And they've done this in Dark Souls before by taking a boss and making it a field boss, right? Or just a regular enemy.
Yep.
But I think that Godskin Duo is cool because they have you fight each of them separately, right? Then they give you a boss fight where they're both there, but you can skip them by killing the snail. And then finally, you have to defeat both of them to progress.
Right.
But the game has been preparing you this entire time to learn how to fight these two bosses together. And then it gives you an arena where you can use the arena against them. I love it when they let you use the arena against the enemies because it requires more tactical decisions and things. And it kind of all comes together. The learning to practice, rewarding you for exploration. Like, this game should reward you for exploration. And if you haven't explored, you won't have found the places where you get to practice fighting the Godskin Duo.
Right.
So you'll have to just go into them.
Oh,
Future Tree Spirit.
Yep.
These.
Speaking of
Yeah.
field enemies that are sometimes bosses, yep.
While I'm poisoned.
Yeah, it's brutal.
It does let me have. It does have me let me have Sir Thumb.
That's nice at least.
So we might have to die to this guy and come back with Sir Thumb. because I only have a few healings left. And so it just kind of combines all the things that that this can do that Dark Souls couldn't. The exploration rewards, the using bosses again, but not in a cheap way. Just a lot of fun for that. And I think their designs are visually interesting, right? And I think that the way they play against each other, and it's a cool fight because beating them doesn't win it necessarily. Oh,
Yep.
I got too close. Right? It's like, oh, I have to just do enough damage to them. And so, yeah, it's cool. It's a cool fight. Now, I know a lot of people don't like that one. I liked the dragon fights in this a lot. I think that, again, it does the thing where you can learn to fight the dragons, but they add a little bit each time.
Right.
They have like 3 different varieties of dragons that all fight a little differently. Stand still.
Oh, that's a cruel revenge.
Yeah.
Oh, that's where you... Okay.
Okay. I mean, oh, +2.
Yeah,
we
that's...
get +2s now.
Super good. I actually was wondering where this... I haven't been here. That's where you get this. That's cool. Okay. Hey, look, it's all your favorite items you'll totally use.
Yeah. I've been thinking a lot about how I would do upgrades. Like, I would want it so that finding one of those things is cool, but you need like 50 of them to do extra cool things.
Okay.
Double check that they're right, and if they are telling the truth, we'll give them appraisal. Anyway, I love the dragon designs. They were a lot of fun. Going back through it and playing again some of the bosses with Thog, I found that I enjoyed the vast majority of them. I think the vast majority of them are really good designs, and they're really interesting, and they kind of all fight in different ways and whatnot. So there's a lot of great designs. Boss designs are not from Soft's weak point. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Their boss designs are awesome. Their weak point continues to be NPC quest lines.
Yeah.
Like the NPC quest lines are really weak. All right, we are down to none. I think we're just gonna pop back and then come on back with some. Yeah.
Makes sense. For everyone that's saying in chat, yes, there is a certain boss we are all confident you will very much enjoy inside of this DLC.
Yeah.
Trust me, chat. I 100% agree. When that boss happens, I'm just as excited as the rest of you.
Yeah, I'm going to try to do the whole DLC with you guys. Like, at least the big parts. Like, I might go explore. Like, I might have... beat the boss, and then that guy gets me. That's what I love about these games, right? Like... It is annoying how they love to do this. You see how I couldn't lock onto him because there are the little guys around. And adding the creeps in this, like the little forest animals, where you're running around, there's like little forest animals, and you're like, let me log on to this field boss. Nope, you're locking onto the forest animals. Where's the big guy? Oh, he's over there.
Yeah, he was
just waiting to come and bonk you as you try to get these little guys.
Yep. Nice dagger.
I do like that. Just random enemies can take you out. That's one of the things that I love about these games. It's a feature, not a bug, that you have to be on. You're aware, like any one of these little guys could get me. So,
it is absolutely true. Currently, I have to say I haven't seen a ton of questions. Chat is excitedly talking about a certain NPC and boss, and
we'll get there. Probably not today.
No.
I think we're gonna explore this. We're gonna explore the rest of like the area I have the map for already, and then if we have time, I will cross the bridge and go over there because I have map for that. Where was that ladder? Oh yeah, these guys are all gonna be back now. Favorite little things.
Yeah.
I will say one thing that I don't tend to like as much. They're fine on enemies like this, but I don't like auto kills on bosses very much, unless they're really well telegraphed. And so like Astel, has that's the whatever the bug in the the big bug, the big alien bug, the Cthulhu bug.
Yep.
I don't love that he has a move that he teleports behind you and then grabs and auto kills. Right? Like things like that I don't like. I'm fine with him having, like, if you get in front of his mouth and he twitches his mouth, he has another grab that's basically an auto kill.
Right.
That's good. Like, if I'm dumb enough to be attacking in front of giant pincers and then they wiggle and I don't get out of the way, then you should auto kill me. Oh, this is just a shortcut. Okay.
Oh, yep. 100%.
So, I think we have done that. Chat, you can feel free to, even though we don't usually like spoilers, let us know if I missed a major area back there. If I did, I'll go back and look.
We're all clear. They said no spoilers, but got all important sewer items.
Yep. Okay, great. So I think I went back and did everything in here. I think we're good. So I think we're gonna go onto this little plateau over here for a little while and see what's over there.
Cool.
And then we will go down into the and see if there's anything in the lake.
Cool.
Let's see.
There's a couple non-readers in here. What would be the book you'd recommend to them to start your series?
I would say start on Mistborn. It's sometimes called the Final Empire, which I know is weird. Like, I named a book, the first book in a series, the final, but it does stand on its own really well. It's a good place to start. If instead you're more of an anime fan, I have a book called Yumi and the Nightmare Painter, which is a little bit inspired by Final Fantasy X and Your Name, and so you might like that. But it's a romancy sort of thing. It's not action adventure. Mistborn is what happens to the hero that was prophesied to save the world. Like, it's like Harry Potter or one of these things. There's a hero who's prophesied, and then they fail. And the Dark Lord wins. Like, what if Frodo got to the end of Lord of the Rings, and Sauron was like, oh, it's my ring. Thanks for bringing that back. That must have been a really hard journey. Thank you for coming all this way and bringing me my ring. And then killed him and took over the world. It's about a gang of thieves who decide to rob the Dark Lord in a world where the hero lost. And it's slow fun.
It is a lot of fun.
So that's where I would start, probably one of those two. If you're hearing this thing, you might be an anime fan, so you might like Yumi. But again, depends on your threshold for romance rather than action.
I didn't realize that Yumi had Final Fantasy X inspiration.
Yep, yeah, that was my initial inspiration. So Final Fantasy X is one of my favorite games ever. And I love fantastical jobs. Like, I love that Yuna, who Yumi's named after, has a... Yeah.
Oh,
I
totally just clicked.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Yumi's culture is actually Korean, and Yuna's Japanese inspired, and Yumi's a Korean name, but that's kind of where the inspiration started. I love like in that game, her job is to put the spirits of the dead to rest, right? Like she's an anti-necromancer priest, and it's just such a cool job. Right. And then Titus has a cool job also. He plays really weird water polo, right? Like, people don't do enough with fantastical jobs. Like, you read a fantasy novel and everyone's like a ranger, which, don't get me wrong, you know, rangers are great, Aragorn's great, whatever, but come on, we can come up with cool fantasy jobs for fantasy books.
Yeah.
And so this is a story where two people have to learn to do each other's fantasy job and pretend to be the other person, which is where the Your Name influence comes from.
Right.
But unlike Your Name, the other person is there trying to coach them and teach them how to do it.
Right.
And we got two kind of wacky Brandon fantasy worlds, which is what I like to do, just kind of out there worlds. Ooh. Oh, they got dogs. I really want to know what a dog did to Miyazaki. that of the two of these, there's a giant ogre thing, right? That's like, you know, messed up and scary. What do I target first? I'm like, oh no, the dog's scarier. The dog is so much scarier than the messed up ogre thing. What happened? What did they do to you, Miyazaki? Why are the dogs and the birds and the bears the scariest things in these games.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I've seen this a couple times now.
Yeah.
One, Berserk influence possibly is my guess because Miyazaki is a huge.
Oh yeah,
fan.
yeah. Berserk influence is obvious. Like, are dogs a thing in Berserk?
I've only read a little bit of Berserk, and to answer Chat's question that I've asked, have you read any Berserk?
I have read like one thing of Berserk to appreciate. So it was a little too hard for me. Like, it's the same thing in Game of Thrones. Like, the sexual violence against Daenerys was too much for me, right? Like, I can totally handle what's going on. Like, I think Game of Thrones, like, Eddard Stark was brilliant. What happens there? Like, it's such an inversion of tropes. Even though it's not something I would ever write, I can be like, that is really cool. But I couldn't handle Daenerys, a 14-year-old and things. And I heard that there's some stuff in Berserk that, while appropriate to the story, it's just going to be too much for me.
It's rough.
And so I haven't read Berserk. But appreciate Berserk. After all, gut swords. I'm glad that Berserks exist because it lets me have giant shard blades to play with in these games. So, but yeah. So I guess if dogs are a thing in Berserk, that might be why the animals are so scary and annoying.
That's my big thing. There's a lot of, those giant flame things, I'm like 90% sure are a reference to the Wicker Man inside of Berserk.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
There's a ton of these that's...
Uh-huh.
He loves his Berserk references.
Well, and he does love Game of Thrones also.
Yep.
So...
Did George R.R. Martin have something to do with the game or something?
Yeah. Yeah, good old George. I still wonder how much... I'm in trouble now.
Those dogs are
I can take giant knights, but dogs don't give me, these dogs dodge me. Like, I do wonder, like, George doesn't play video games, right?
Right.
And when this came out, it's like, oh hey, it came out, that thing. I haven't played it. Like, it's interesting to me. Like, what did George turn in? I'd be really curious about that.
Same.
Because I do love, like, it does feel like it has, I like that name, Prospect Town. It does feel like it has, like, serious George R. R. Martin influences, right? Like the whole Elden Ring and stuff like that. George loves Tolkien, even though he didn't base his stuff on that. George loves history. And this feels like a very... Again, kind of, with the demigods, it's like the dynasty that's fallen after a great dynasty happened. It feels very medieval history in ways that feel very George Martin. But
right.
But I wonder how much. What did George turn in? I'd love to see that document.
Right.
I'd love to see George actually play the game. But George is a nice man. He's a great guy, but he's kind of a grumpy old man at this point. I don't think he wants to play Elden Ring.
So I'm curious then, where do you think the line is? If, let's say, FromSoft today was like, we want you to write us the world, how much of it do you write and then be like, I'm leaving the rest to you to make the
I
game?
would want to talk to them and see what they want, right?
Right.
Here's the big thing. Having worked on multiple video games, right? In the past.
Wouldn't know anything about that.
Yeah. Speaking to the son of Fortnite.
Yeah.
Video games are kind of in our DNA over here.
Yeah.
Every game I've played where they ooh, it's one of those guys. That guy has stuff.
Yeah.
Give me my stuff.
Smack him.
Give me my stuff.
There you go.
It's a dog. Stupid dog. Barely hurt him.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Panic
roll, panic roll, panic roll.
Panic roll. Anytime, like a lot of times when authors are involved, things go wrong. Because authors do not understand that a video game with a bad story, I'm looking at you, Borderlands 1, and great gameplay is actually still a great game. And a game with a great story and bad gameplay is a terrible game, right? This is the catch-22 of working on video games. Gameplay must trump story at every opportunity. There is There's no time that story should overwrite gameplay. And because of that, like, why FromSoft games are so good is their story is played well to their medium. Their story is you don't ever sacrifice gameplay. It adds to gameplay. Like, it's just really a good way to do stories. So they know what they're doing.
Right.
Now, a scatter tree fragment. Those are important.
Very useful. Yeah.
Now, I think there's room to improve.
Okay.
Mostly with quest lines. The quest lines, I think there could be a lot more there, and I think that there's some room to improve in doing a few different tones.
Right.
Like, I want to see a straight up FromSoft game where your decisions have more weight, and like where you can actually have a good ending. Right? Like, when you find a poor person who's going to, if they aren't careful, turn into a giant head from studying sorcery too much. Not every one of them. Some people, but that there's a way you can progress a plot line where you can save them. Where you can go to Radon and you'd be like, how can we take this wonderful general? And that there's an option to just be like, kill the general, he's gone mad. Or another thing, it's like, see if you can help him out.
Right.
Now, that might not be in their design philosophy ever.
Right.
But they have done, the world is slowly being destroyed and falling apart from its former greatness, and there is nothing you can do. Everyone will go mad and die. They do that really well.
It's true.
It's awesome. But they've done it 5 times now with Demon Soul, 3 Dark Souls, and this. And that's not even counting like what you would where you would consider Sekiro and Bloodborne.
Yeah, Sekiro is a hard one because it's because of the scope of the story. It's debatable if you can consider it a good ending.
Yeah.
So
happy, meaning happy, not good.
Happy.
Their endings are always good.
Yeah.
Right? They are thematically appropriate to the story that they're telling. So when I say good, I should mean that the world is a better place for you being part of it.
Right.
You can argue the world's a better place here because you've, taken all these poor mad souls and put them out of their misery. But that's like the best you can do in these games. And that's cool. I love it. But
yeah, that's one of those things where it's like, it's interesting because I'm thinking about Elden Ring immediately. If it turned into like, oh, we just killed Godric, the dude who has this massive castle, what happens to all of his forces? They just lost their entire leader. I
mean, Godric's irredeemable. I wouldn't want to redeem Godric.
No, I wouldn't save him either.
No, I'm not saying every boss, right? Godric's completely irredeemable, but I sure would like to have been able to save Blade. Oh.
What do you see?
I see a
man in the grass. Yeah.
A pest. I can't lock onto him.
Oh, it's another FromSoft game. The enemy's not there. He's not locked onto you yet.
No,
wait,
he's
what?
an NPC. He's a
what?
That's what they mean? They told us about these thing called foragers. I thought they were those little fat guys in the armor.
Maybe? I didn't find this NPC. What the heck?
The foragers were the little guy in the Onion Knight.
Yeah.
He's like, the other guy said he's friends to the foragers.
Oh.
Okay, that's cheap. I almost killed this guy. That is so cheap.
Oh my gosh.
Once in a while, they put in a cheap shot like this. This is what I'm talking about with FromSoft. your NPC, like...
Oh my gosh.
They didn't give any signpost.
I would immediately kill that.
Yeah.
I would not have even... Yep.
They didn't give any signposts. Like, even if they put in the little guy sitting next to him was one of these guys.
Right.
Then you'd know, oh, some of those might be good. And they used an enemy design of one of the most annoying enemies.
That's what I was thinking. Oh my gosh, that's tricky.
Because sometimes you can't lock onto them.
But that's because
when they're kneeling down.
FromSoft. Yeah.
Yeah. That's cheap.
Oh my.
See, too many cheap shots in the stories. Fantastic games. I think the last thing I would change if I were ever designing one of these is I would want to encourage more people to play with more variety of weapons. Like, there's no way I'm ever going to stop playing with... I'm probably never going to use any of the weapons I find in the DLC.
Right.
Because it's too hard to grind out the level upgrades. And when I find the weapon, I don't have the level upgrades, right? Or if I do, I have to, like, go back to the thing. Like, if there were just a way that could be like, all right, you can automatically use any weapon at, 70% of your highest upgrade, and then make the upgrades a little harder to make. And then if you, like something like that, so that you can immediately try out the new cool weapon that you find.
Yep.
Oh, that's revenge. That guy popped down and tried to kill me before. Anyway, these are minor quibbles about what is Elden Ring, probably one of the best games ever made, right?
Right. Yeah, that's that's fair.
Yeah.
So,
dog. Kill the dog.
Is there Molto?
No, that's the electric lamps attack you though.
Yeah.
So I gotta watch out for them. They actually aggro you.
Oh, yeah, good save. So, going back to what we were previously talking about with, writers and being in a video game, you have worked specifically with my dad when designing the Infinity Blade series. How did you find the balance there?
So I was relying on your dad a lot, right? That was the first video game I ever worked on. Your dad's really good at video games. So, and so there was that. And the other thing that he and I came up with is basically the stories will happen in between the games. So if you haven't played the Infinity Blade games, he made a game, then I wrote a story that gives further context to that game that happens that's not, like, the game is canon.
Right.
But the game is, the story is not a retelling of the game. It's a different time period, right?
Right.
And then there's another game. Like, my story takes place after game one. What the heck? Wow. You need to die.
Oh, and it's got a chunky health bar too. Woo!
Oh wow. Okay. That was scary.
Were those trees falling in the distance too?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is cool. I like that. I like the giant electric lamp. And so then he made a game that I consulted on, read the script, and gave some suggestions. That was basically entry number 3 in this series. I wrote another story, which is entry number 4, and then there's a game that's entry number 5. Right? So it goes game, story, game, story, game. And it's a 5-part kind of thing that culminates in the game. And that worked really well, right? It lets the game be a game. It lets the stories be a story. But it is, not the only way to do this.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Good old Infinity Blade. I mean, I'm not biased at all for any of that stuff. Cool. Let me peek through chat, see if there's any questions. This is a cool looking area, though. I will say. Yeah, if you have any questions, chat, now's your time.
You can throw questions at us. There's another giant one. I gotta sneak up on him. He's the dangerous one.
Yes, agreed.
You didn't go over here?
Oh no, I've seen these folks one or two more times.
Yeah. Oh, that aggroed all the little ones.
Ooh, I like this one. What character in the Cosmere would join the Bonk Church?
What character would join the Church of the Holy Bonk? Wow. Well, first off, Adolin would absolutely love that there's a church built around hitting people with weapons, though it's not the type of weapon he likes. He would absolutely give it a try. He wants to try it,
Yep.
He's the aficionado of all weapon types. He would love Elden Ring, and he would be trying every different build, right?
Right.
And picking the weird weapons and stuff like that. So Adolin's is our first choice for Church of the Holy Bonk. Let's see. Are there any caveman-esque characters? Oh, there's not. They're guarding something.
Is Dalinar too good?
Dalinar's too serious.
Too serious.
He would not appreciate the joke.
Okay.
He'd be like, you need to take these things seriously. They got me. People put a lot of work into the game design for this, Brandon. You should make a knight and role play like an actual you're being too frivolous.
Follow
right?
the tenets of the game.
Yeah. That's definitely where Dalinar is.
All right.
So.
Where? I mean, Hoyd is the one that comes to my mind. Where is he on that?
I
spectrum?
mean, he definitely. I mean, he is incapable of hitting people with weapons.
Oh.
Like magically incapable of doing so. So the Church of the Holy Bonk is about bonking people that they may go forth and bonk.
Right.
And so Hoyd, though Hoyd would consider Thog a prime candidate for mockery.
What about Ham?
Oh yeah, Ham would love the Church of the Holy Bonk. Yeah, that's a good choice.
It's a
That big one takes off like all my hit points.
Yeah,
so
no, that's just
sure.
they are brutal. Ooh,
Yeah, boom,
another
you
good
got
one.
me.
Wayne.
Yeah. Wayne would totally. Come on.
They do not want you to be around.
No, but they're guarding something. They're guarding something.
Wouldn't be right if they weren't.
Mm-hmm.
Is there an update for Songs of the Dead?
Not that I've heard of lately. So Songs That Those Don't Know was called Death by Pizza. It's a necromancer in London. It's got a very cool world. I wrote it with, he's a heavy metal singer, so I wrote it with a friend of mine who's a heavy metal singer. It has been offered on. I believe the offer's been accepted.
Okay.
And I don't know what the status of when it'll be released is. That's really it's up to the co-author. He's a great guy. He's a good writer. I think you guys will enjoy the book. I really consider it his book and not mine. Like, I gave him the outline and said, here, I don't have time to write this. I can't write this because you know heavy metal and the culture, and I don't.
Right.
I survived with like 1 hit point. You always love those. And so when it comes out, we'll have him on the stream and stuff, and or a podcast.
Whatever we put him on, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I think you guys will like the book. The book is good, and he's worked on it a long time. Ooh, a cookbook.
You didn't find the important bits.
All right, we had to look at all the items that we've.
We have a lot of items to look at.
Yeah. So what do we got here? We got a hefty lightning pot. Oh, that makes sense.
Yep.
We got fire booth pickled liver.
There you go.
I've never used any of those livers. So we got the immunizing horn. So if we ever find a poison boss, we got that.
Yeah.
Serpent arrows. Thog does not understand these. We got a hand.
A glove. Oh, this
this
is
must
new
be
weapons.
a hand-to-hand weapon.
Yeah.
Thog appreciates people who use hand-to-hand. That's good, just good caveman sort of thing.
Right.
Horned warrior sword. This is a curved sword, so it takes too much dex for Thog. And I think I already had this. Yeah. So there we are. Oh, we should read about the horned sword.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that tracks.
So you can horde calling. Are those incantations?
Invokes tangled horns to cover the weapon's blade. Yes.
So you can maybe use some spells. Chat tells us there are a type of invocation that you can do with that. That'd
Interesting.
Be cool.
Although, is that just this move he did, where he plunged into the
it
ground
might
and
just
then
be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what they're saying? It's just
yeah.
that move. Okay. Because it'd be really fun if there were a sword like. I gave Thog that rock thing. It's actually not very useful for him, right? Like, there's rats. There might be something over there. Basically, it's so close range that's like, when would you ever use that instead of his light sweeping attack, right? That's more of a PvP thing, like being able to pop out a surprise extra range thing out of nowhere. So I gave it to him out of storytelling. I do wish there were a couple of incantations that a strength only user could make use of, and maybe there are. I have to look, But I wish there were like some that were only like 10 or 12 faith that were actually useful.
Right. So I saw this in chat, and I'm curious. I'm going to combine two of these questions.
Yeah. Is this a cave? Did we find a dungeon?
Did you find a legacy?
No, not a legacy. Like
but just one of those like little ones.
Yeah. I don't think we found a dungeon.
So if you were to, it's one of these dudes.
These guys are tough.
Yeah. Oh.
We both missed each other pretty spectacularly.
You had a great anime opening where you both threw out your hardest attacks and you whiffed a couple times.
I'm gonna have to go. I hope I don't fall to my death. Okay. Oh, there's something down here.
Oh, that's a America statue? Question mark?
Yeah. I mean, they're not gonna give me tears. I wonder what's in it. All right, we got a little more space.
Yeah. Oh, but these guys like their hand-to-hand and their range.
Yeah.
Nice. Good hit.
Yeah, they're hard to hit.
I mean, what is lock on?
Yeah. He comes out of nowhere. Yeah.
Oh.
Hit.
So much
Spending
damage.
all my time healing.
Yeah. That's the one crippling things about. Once you just get in that cycle of I need to heal or the next hit.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be the end. Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh, good. Whoa, very nice. Whew.
Those guys are tough.
Oh, and you got
his weapon? His weapon.
Oh,
That's
very
cool.
cool.
All right, what do we got? Have you been here?
No, I was gonna say you're. I don't think I actually ever came up this cliff. This is pretty cool to see.
Ooh, let's see what we got. Church of Benediction.
Interesting.
Okay. What do we got?
Is this one of the stamina talismans? Oh no,
FP.
this is the.
it's a FP regen.
That's cool. That'll be good for any mage build.
I bet people love that because you can use your little spells over and over again. That's great.
This is actually, thank you, Elden Ring, for giving me a perfect segue, which is, if you were to design a world for a FromSoft game, what would that world be like?
I already have one, and I can't tell you because I don't want to spoil it.
There you go, chat.
Ooh.
Oh?
If they ever came to me, I got one ready to pitch to them.
Really? You're just like ready to go?
So it wouldn't work for a book series.
Oh.
There's something down there.
Yeah, that's not suspicious at all. Torrent, maybe?
Yeah, I can make that. Let's just make sure. Yeah, I can make that.
So then I'll modulate my question in my head. Is there a way to improve the magic system of the pre-existing Dark Souls systems?
I mean, that gets into gameplay, right?
Yeah.
And I have, like, as a lot of players, I have things like, I feel like this isn't quite working, but I'm not a game designer. So it's possible, like, is there a way to improve it? I mean, maybe, but it works really well. Like, I would want to do, but, like, that would, game design magic systems have to be game design first.
Yes.
They can't be a goofy brain and magic system. And that would be, I like how they do game design or magic system design. I like that you have like incantations of different styles. You have, I should give the here. I looked down and saw that. And I'm like, I can make that.
There you go.
So good job.
Thank you, friend.
And so, I mean, I would like to come up with some themes. Right? I would like to come up with, like I would love a summoner class in a FromSoft now that we have the spirit summonings that kind of works with them more or something like that. Split apart mage and summoner, but honestly, that's like game design stuff. Wait a minute. This is just where we started.
Hey, I mean it's nice that it loops.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna recharge and then go see that town.
Okay, let's do it.
How long have we been going?
We are currently at. We're about an hour in.
Okay, great. I do have to go to writing group tonight, guys. Writing group isn't canceled like last time, so I will only be able to hang out for a couple of hours. So, like I said, we're probably not, unless we can find a little field boss real fast that you guys know where one is. Unless this dungeon has one, but these things don't always have dungeons. A lot of these ruins do. This one might.
Yeah.
This looks like it could have a dungeon in it.
Possibly. Mm-hmm. Huh. Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah,
I am
so we
curious.
might
I saw
not
this.
be fighting any more bosses, is what I'm saying.
Do you think any of the Cosmere worlds could work as a FromSoft game?
Yeah, I bet a lot of them could. But you need a place where you can go to lots of different locations. So, but I mean, Bloodborne happened in one city, so you could definitely do Mistborn, right, which takes place in one city.
Right.
Like Stormlight has lots of cool knights and different types of armor. Like yeah, but they don't. They haven't. This is one of the problems. Problems is in quotes.
Okay.
There. With whoa, what's that?
Well,
What is that?
oh no.
Oh no, Thog is gonna have to get that. Thog is gonna have to fall off and die because he doesn't have ranged weapons.
Doesn't have ranged weapons.
All right, see if Thog can fall off and die and get that. That's gonna be hard for Thog. I should mark where that is.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll want one of these things. Let's see, where did I?
I'm surprised you saw that.
I was looking for, as you do in FromSoft, enemies that are going to drop down on you.
Right.
Right?
And instead you find...
Instead,
Where did it go?
it vanished. Well, I was further along. Okay. So here's one of the things that you guys should know
Okay.
about game design. There are lots of creative people in Hollywood. They do not have any power.
Yeah.
Right? And so the powerful people with money in Hollywood, they often are bereft of ideas and are eager to license something that has already been successful
Right.
in order to make a movie out of it. And it's proven historically to be a good idea.
Yeah.
To take something that, like, novels are good proof of concept for movies. They work a lot of the same way. You do have to change a lot of things, but they have a lot of similarities. And the narratives that work as books, they also work as film.
Right.
So, video games are different. Number one, a lot of the people in power in video games are creative people who have stories they want to tell and are good at it, right? You end up rising through the ranks in video games, starting as somebody who has a story you want to tell, and you don't get to tell it because you get to start by either, animating somebody walking and spending years of your life being the walking animation person, or the person whose job is to, write mundane quests or do level design for B levels, or, like, there's another one.
Yep, that's
and so...
Or you start your own studio.
Or you start your own studio. But you don't usually start your own studio until you've done that for a while.
Yep.
Right? Then you start your own studio or you rise to the ranks.
Yep.
And now it's time to make your game, right? And you have been saving up good ideas for games your entire career.
Yep.
And then you get to let loose and make all these games. They don't need me, right?
Right.
Right? Most video gamers, and I don't say that like to be disparaging myself or them. Right. They legitimately don't need me.
There are a lot of creatives in the video game industry.
Yeah. Which is cool.
Yeah.
There is that's not in the least bit. I say it's a problem with quotes because it's actually not a problem.
Right.
It's a cool aspect about the video game. Beyond that, books, the stories told in books have not historically.
More useful
targeted
items.
That creep, yeah. Have not historically always made good video games, right? In fact, historically, a lot of them make bad video games. The worlds can make okay video games, but a lot of the stories of books, the mediums are different enough that they don't translate well. So you can have, there's 3 of them, eh? They put a sniping spot.
Is that more than 3?
No, there's 5.
That's a lot. Can you
a lot.
torrent past that, or is this a Thog has to?
Oh, no.
Well, you've got a Stake of America, so even if you die.
Okay. Well, when Thog is presented with a challenge, he does not.
Oh.
Look at all these potential converts.
You are absolutely correct. How could I speak in such a heretical manner?
Yeah. That's actually how I play. If I see a bunch of enemies, I don't skip them. It actually got me into trouble a few times So in the consecrated snowfield, there's a place where there's these giant skeleton ghosts.
Yep.
And I'm like, ooh, enemies to fight. I should have been smarter because you'd seen those in the past summoned by a Tibia Mariner, right? But I'm like, oh, I get to fight these now.
Yep.
Yeah, I spent forever trying to fight those. And then there's just a Tibia Mariner around the corner just summoning them over and over again.
Right.
And so I spent forever trying to beat these enemies that if I just walked a little further, I would have found the thing. Yeah. I feel really foolish about that one. This was where the other way that I could have gone now?
I thought this just led up to that other path that you were already exploring.
Yeah.
Maybe there's something around here.
I gotta go find those guys and find them. But yeah. So, but when I see dudes, I find them. But regardless, those are our kind of our two main things. So when people say, "What if your games would make a good FromSoft game?" Well, I think any of mine would make a good FromSoft game. But FromSoft does not need me. Like they didn't need George Martin. It was cool that they invited him to participate because they loved his work, and Elden Ring is amazing. So I wouldn't necessarily change a thing. Maybe involving an author. I do think we can value add, right? I do I think an author who knows what they're doing can definitely value add.
Right.
But they're not necessarily part of the process because of the reasons I said.
Right. Makes total sense.
So I would love, it would be a lifelong dream to make a game with Miyazaki.
It'd be awesome.
But I'm not holding my breath. Right? Definitely not holding my breath. Ooh, I got one of their arms.
Very nice. So to follow up on this a little bit, coming off of chat, I know you've worked with Wizards before.
Yes.
You wrote them story. Would you, if given the opportunity, create a plane?
Yeah, probably, but it'd have to come at just the right time. And I feel like something that there would have to be some kind of changes in both the way I work with them and the way, like here's the problem. And I don't want this, please don't take this as bragging, guys, but it's very hard to justify my time on one of these things because for all the reasons I've just explained, can Thog get that? No, that's
maybe.
No, boy.
It will be a sacrifice.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be. Maybe what I'll do is I'll finish this dungeon.
And then
I'll look and see if there's a place to.
Right.
And then we will we'll. Come on.
Can Torrent help?
Yeah,
there you go.
I'll jump off of this. And then we'll look at it. But so here's the thing. The amount of money I can earn for my company by writing a book is a lot, right? Like it's a freakishly and uncomfortably large amount of money. Right? Like, and that puts me in weird positions. For doing things. What is this guy?
Oh, okay.
Cool. Right, okay. So here's the thing. If I sit and I sign these pages, like those books sell, right?
Yep.
And so if I actually wanted to maximize my money, my earning potential, I would sit and sign things all the time.
You would never, yeah.
Yeah, that would be dumb. That's not why I became a writer. I do as much as is reasonable. But when I'm signing those things, there is some argument to be had.
Right.
Don't take this the wrong way, chat. But there's some argument to had. Every one of those I sign sells. They're $250 each.
Yeah.
I can sign, if I'm really going at it and doing nothing else, $1,000 an hour.
That's so many.
Right. And so, but even if I'm just like sitting and writing books, right? It's hard to justify when the game designers don't need me. It looks like there's no dungeon here.
Yeah, I think you got it all.
The game designers don't need me. I would love to work with them, but they don't need me. They shouldn't pay me. my opportunity cost, right? It would be foolish of them to do so,
Right.
right? Like, why would you put against the game's budget the amount of money it would actually cost in my opportunity cost?
Yep.
That's why when I wrote the story for Wizards of the Coast, I wrote it for $1.
Yep.
Because if they tried to pay me what I'm worth, they could never afford it because it would be foolish of them to do so, right? They can't afford to pay me $3 million to write them a novella.
Right.
They just can't.
Yeah, that's, I mean,
And a video game, like, can they afford to pay me $5 to $10 million to design a world for them?
Yep.
No, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
it's so much. Yeah.
Oh, so close.
So close.
Chat, don't tell me what's in it. Is this actually worth me going and getting?
Yeah, Chad, if you know what's in there,
yeah.
I will be the filter for Brandon.
Yeah, be the filter for me because if I'm going to break this and we're going to get a butterfly, it's not worth chat's time to make me to make me do this. But if it is worth it, and if it takes too long, I'll just mark it and come back. I don't want to force you guys to have to sit while I.
I'm seeing.
They've told you what it is.
Okay. For Thog, it will not be worth it.
Oh, for Thog, it's not worth it.
Yeah,
okay.
let's go with that.
Okay, we're gonna try once more then. But if it, wow, this is also a long walk up.
Yeah.
If I can even, this is not an easy run to the thing. It's supposed to be easy to get because most people are not idiots, and most people are like, oh, I'll just whip out my bow. Right, like,
but Thog is civilized.
Thog.
Or something like that.
Yes, an elegant weapon for.
An elegant weapon.
Yeah. All right. Oh, Torrent, you did me in. Turning around with Torrent does that to me all the time.
Brutal.
I need to top off Torrent. Oh, it was right there.
Oh, darn.
All right. I'll put on my thing this time, so we'll get the runes back, and then when we die again, you
gotta have faith.
Yeah. Oh, we will die. We might get it.
Oh, you're absolutely right.
Right. There's no getting this thing without dying.
Right.
So, where was I? I was just saying, like, it would be foolish of them. Yeah. So, basically, if I'm going to work on a video game, it has to be because I think it's really cool.
Right.
Like, I would work on a FromSoft game without needing to pay for my opportunity cost, right?
Right.
That I would do. I would probably... Would I design a plane for Magic? I don't know if I would design a plane for Magic.
Okay.
I would if we were going to do a Stormlight set.
Okay.
I would go be part of the game design team, right?
Right.
And I would fly out there. I keep doing that. And I would be part of it, and I would not charge them my opportunity cost, right?
Right.
That would just be you can't when you work for yourself. You can't look at everything as opportunity cost, is what I've learned. Otherwise, it's like I can't go stream Elden Ring because streaming Elden Ring costs me, how much money.
Yep.
You can do the math, and it's a ridiculous amount of money. No, I'm doing it streaming Elden Ring because it's fun.
Yep.
And you do things fun. All work and no play turns you into Jack Nicholson.
Oh, Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
That's
Where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yeah, you can get it.
All right. So it's this ridge right
Focus
here.
in.
Focus in.
Here we go, chat.
Here we go. Platforming on FromSoft games. Always
Before
the
you
most
jump,
fun.
is it worth going down to that smaller cliff?
No, because I have to be right on top of it.
Okay.
Right? And more time is actually good because
Right.
it gives me time to turn around and swing.
All right.
Right?
All right.
Ah! Yeah. I'll get that another time. Don't
All
worry.
right.
We're gonna go to the lake.
So, to follow up on our conversation, for those who, it seems we have quite a few Magic nerds here, would you want, if a Stormlight set to ever happen, have completely unique mechanics or revisit some of your favorites?
I would want complete unique mechanics. I want to do what they did with the Lord of the Rings set. So,
okay.
Right, like, I would, why am I doing it this way? There's a closer side of grace. So, I would, right now, stupid dog. not want to do. Oh wait, we gotta go. We gotta go to that guy. He said the guy who likes the little dudes.
Oh.
The cheap little dudes.
Yeah.
But I don't want to lead a dog over there. Okay, good. I would not want to do just like they've done with Assassin's Creed.
Right.
I would want to, I could be convinced of that, but
Okay.
I definitely wouldn't want to just do a secret lair. I would
Okay.
say no to that right now unless it didn't impact me doing. I would want a full-on set,
Okay.
which I probably have to have a movie before that's worth it.
Yep. So it'd have to be a true universe
found-
beyond
I
set.
found you, dude. Yeah. Okay.
Maybe that's. I mean, isn't this a multi-talk? Because it's.
Do I have to multi-talk him? I'll drop multi-talk. Yeah.
Nope, nothing from him.
Huh. I thought he liked these little guys.
Maybe not. Huh.
Yeah.
Maybe we're further along.
Yeah.
Because FromSoft
Yeah.
NPC quests
Yeah.
being classic.
Yeah. I swear he talked the first time that I met him. I swear he said something different.
I thought it was the other dude who's like, if you find more crosses.
Yeah, he
you
did
can-
say that. But I thought this dude talked about little forager things.
Oh, I'm seeing you have to find a very particular one.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That's very FromSoft. Oh, remind myself.
Yeah, that was very
Let's
FromSoft.
go over here. Yeah. Oh boy, you're telling me it's super arcane. And difficult to figure out and requires basically using guides in order to finish any quest line.
Ever. Yeah.
I don't think, and I've played these games a ton,
Yep.
right? And I know how their quest lines work. I don't think I was able to complete a single quest line in original Elden Ring despite trying.
Really?
Yeah. Trying to think if there's one that I was able to finish.
Uh-huh.
I didn't even find, no, I did Alexander. I
Oh.
got lucky with one of the steps in Alexander and found him. But I don't think I was able to complete anybody else's quest line.
It's the one that will always leave me a little sour in the mouth is the girl in the church whose name I can't
Oh,
remember.
yeah, that wants eyeballs.
Oh, well, okay. The eyeball girl's hard, but the one that you have to go like get
oh,
a
yeah.
needle.
Yeah.
Whole quest
Yeah.
line, and not just because it's like she doesn't tell you anything. She's like, all right, I'm gonna leave, and you're like, oh, cool, maybe I'll run into her.
I think that I did Ronnie's without help too. That one wasn't too
Right.
bad.
Ronnie's is slightly
Yeah.
more streamlined.
Yeah, but no, the church
Millicent,
girl, the
yeah.
one armed girl, totally met her once, did something, got her a needle or something,
Yeah, the golden alloy
and then
needle.
never saw her again.
Yep. It's Millicent. Yes, thank you, Chad.
Yep, gold mask.
Gold.
No idea what to do with
I
brother.
don't know
What's
what
his
you're
name or
supposed to
gold
do with
mask?
Mask.
I
think
looked it up after I finished the game.
Really?
Right.
I think I accidentally killed him, and it was just like, oh, whoops. I have no idea what we're supposed to do with Gold Mask.
Yeah.
That's all the quest lines.
Boy, I'm not hitting these guys well. Yeah. Maybe there's a dragon in the lake.
That would also be classic FromSoft.
Yeah.
There's typically
Maybe there's a dragon in the lake.
Ooh, okay. I will, as I'm looking at a chat once again. Is there a good?
Oop. Is this one of those things? No, that's a summoning pool. I get those mixed up with the Things of America. That would have
Right.
indicated there might be a boss here.
Right. I do think your suspicion is correct, though.
Oh, really?
I mean, I'm looking.
Oh, hey, it's
That's-
a dragon in the lake. Never change from soft.
Never
Those things I like. I like that you can kind of anticipate.
Right.
Oh, there's a dragon in the lake. Oh, we're going down in a hole. It's either going to be poison or it's going to be a strange world full of plants somehow underground. Right? You got to clear out some of these guys. I don't think those. I think those are features, not bugs.
Right.
That you can kind of anticipate some of these things. This is totally a dragon in the lake.
Yeah.
This is good for old time's sake.
Oh, and you're gonna
Oh, is
easily
he
just.
dead?
No,
he's
he's definitely not dead.
Yay! Oh, it's a ghost flame dragon.
Interesting. Yeah, like more and more of this DLC, just from what we have seen, is like the inverse of what the other. one
Yeah, that's
wants.
right.
Yeah.
Oh wow, he's got a lot of toughness.
But isn't most dragon damage his head, isn't it?
Yeah,
Or-
but Thog can't hit their head.
Good point.
Yeah. We might have to get Sir Thump out here because he's feeling sad that he's not part of this.
Maybe Sir Thump sniper, you know?
Sir Thump's at level is not max level, so he's mostly there for moral support. He cheers me on, but we'll let Sir Thump come out. He does like fighting dragons.
There you go.
He's told me.
He's told you.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So, is there a Cosmere character that would make a legitimately fun from Soft Boss?
Oh wow. Wow. It'd be.
I was a little like, this is a good question.
Wow.
My mind went to Vasher, but that's just me.
Yeah, that should make a great FromSoft boss, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's no shortage of dudes in armor
Yeah.
and things, but they don't. There would be nothing distinctive about that, right?
Yep.
And so.
Interesting. Chasm Fiend?
Chasm Fiend, they don't do a lot of bosses like that, so that might be cool, right?
Yeah. Ooh, Pink, because I saw your name. Vasher with Nightblood's second phase.
Yeah, there you go.
That'd be
It's kind of Blasphemous Blade-esque.
Yeah.
See, and Thog, he can't usually get to the dragon's face for the visceral strike, so he's just because he gotta attack the legs, right?
Right. I mean, dragons just.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that looked. I didn't know if that was a headshot, but it looked pretty close. These are some.
So far, the Ghost Flame hasn't been hitting me. I don't know if I've been. I've been dodging it. Yeah.
Yes. Exactly.
It's the down one. Down one. There you go. I deserve that.
There you go.
I deserve that.
Yeah.
So we do get another field boss.
Yeah.
I bet I can beat this guy before
There you go.
before our time's up.
Could you fight the Night Sister? Question mark.
What then? The Night Watcher?
Night Watcher. Thank you.
Yeah. Here's the problem with fighting the things in, like my games. It's all these cool people that you don't want to have to kill. But I guess that's FromSoft, right? It's like, oh, I get to fight my wolf friend twice.
Yep.
Thank you, FromSoft.
Thanks for letting me kill Blind. Ugh.
Yeah, twice.
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 It hurts so bad.
Yeah.
I mean, that's. Most...
Oh, me and my sorcerer friend, who's really cool and helped me in that battle. He's just gonna fall asleep and die.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing I can do. Oh, okay.
Nothing for Roger. Or Roger, I don't know what it's pronounced.
Yeah.
Mine, the one that hurt the most, Solaire. Like.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Just.
At least he kind of lives on in infamy, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right. It's appropriate in some ways for Solaire, but.
Yep.
Should I try to get to the face?
Poor.
No, I'm not gonna try to get to the face.
No, you might.
I miss it like half the time when I try to get to the face because I have to jump over the wing.
Yep, and you just get more damage.
And I think I just get more damage. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, is he breathing down? Yeah, he's breathing down.
Yep, good read.
Yeah, breathing down. He hasn't done the whole fly and make me use torrent to catch up to him thing.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that wasn't that one.
Not the
that's
true fly.
That's the wing one.
Yeah. It's I mean, his wings aren't looking too.
Yeah.
Strong.
Yeah, maybe he can't. Well, he did fly just a second ago. So.
Whew. Yeah.
Yeah, he keeps doing that one where he.
I have to say, I like that cool like.
I love getting a Dracolich.
Yeah.
That's awesome, right? Like, that's something we didn't get in the base game.
No.
I keep getting hit by his spin.
Big enemy. And then big enemy be big enemy, where sometimes it just doesn't hit.
Yeah, well, and big enemy with, like, I'm underneath him and I can't see which attack he's telegraphing, so
Yeah.
good luck. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite dragon from the FromSoft games? Do you remember any of them?
Yeah, like, oh, it's the down one. No, it wasn't the down one. Okay. So I'm gonna have to go with the Demon Soul Dragons, right? Oh, there we go. Oh no, that was the other attack. Because it was my first, right?
Right.
Like, I got to play Demon Souls back before any of us really knew FromSoft, right?
Right.
Which was cool because we didn't know what to expect, right? We're like, oh, it's just a long bridge.
Right.
Right? Oh, cool. I wonder what's there.
Yeah.
Right? And then you walk along the long bridge and get flame breath by a giant dragon. And
Yeah.
I don't think you guys can understand, like, how long us old guys had waited to be able to fight a dragon in a game and have it feel like fighting a dragon and not feel like stabbing a duck with an arrow, right?
Yeah.
We talked about that last time. Like,
Yeah.
they'd gotten better over the years, right? But everything up until that, when it fought a dragon, it felt like it was either like Final Fantasy, right, where it's
Yep.
like, I'm not fighting the dragon, I'm pushing a button, and my dudes are running over and hitting. It could be anything,
Right.
and it's still the best that we have, so we love it. But jumping the ghost flame, that's why I didn't get hit by it a few of those times. That's why, and Demon Souls was the first time that I got to fight a dragon, like a real dragon came,
Right.
and I was like, wow, I'm fighting this. Like I'm actually doing it. I feel like a knight who's facing a dragon.
Right.
And it's hard and it's awesome. Let's see if we can get him to proc that. Yeah, that's
There you go. That's a nice one.
yeah, because then you can run in and you get his
Yep.
foot. Oh no, he did, I backed
That's
off
some-
just right. Panic roll.
It works. It works.
Yeah. And so, like, yeah, that moment was so fun for me.
Right.
It was like seeing Lord of the Rings on the screen and someone doing a serious epic fantasy and having it work. Like, it was so cool.
Right. No, I agree. To answer our question, chat, just any questions you guys want to come up with.
Yeah.
Like, this
Whatever
is
you
not
want.
from soft themed.
No, it doesn't have to be.
Shoot at us, yeah.
Well,
Shoot
I
us
mean,
questions.
I'm not going to take, like, really. I need to remember to get on torrent for those ones.
Right.
I'm not going to take detailed Cosmere questions because I can't handle those while I'm
Getting attacked by a
while I'm
dragon?
getting attacked by a dragon. Right? I cannot do deep investiture sorts of things.
Right.
It's already hard enough as it is, right? But yeah.
So, the first one I saw, why do you think Demir is more blue than Azorius?
Because blue is sneaky, right?
Right.
Azorius is white with some blue, and I do think Azorius is well designed, but right, like Azorius ain't sneaky.
Yeah, they're very up in your face.
Yeah.
What do you think you'd ever stream at Tears of the Kingdom?
Boy, I don't know. It's
Fair.
been so long since I played those games, and I'm not nearly, and I'm not good at Dark Souls, but I'm not. Ooh, wrong move. See, as I just proved.
Yeah.
But I am less good at Zelda.
Right.
Right.
Plus, I mean, Tears of the Kingdom is a 100-hour plus game.
Yeah.
Like, it's very, very long. I don't think we could ever realistically finish that.
Yeah.
This is a good one in general. Anime movies. Anything anime/movies. What have you been watching lately?
I did see the Suzume by the guy,
So good.
and it was great. Like every one of his films. I think I would rank Suzume above Weathering with You. I shouldn't say I like all his films because I haven't actually seen them all, but I've seen the
Right.
ones since he got
The big
kind of
popular
famous.
ones, yeah.
So I would rank it above Weathering with You and below Your Name, but all three of them are top tier movies.
Right.
Like these are all, between 8 and a 10.
Right.
Like they may go like that, 8, 9, 10. I don't know if Suzume is closer to an 8, if they're like 8, 8, 10. But either way,
Yeah,
fantastic movies. Highly recommend them. Oh, stupid dogs.
Stupid dogs.
Give me another dragon, please. Dragons are easier.
I agree. Ooh, would Nightblood.
3 dogs? Come on.
Sneak attack.
Sneak attack dogs. Come on.
No kindness here.
All right.
Would Nightblood join the Church of the Holy Bonk?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He'd be sad that everyone who kept bonking doesn't get up anymore.
Chat, I'm going to step away for 2 seconds. I just got to use the bathroom. We'll be back in 3
Okay.
shakes.
I'm gonna
Solo operate.
I'm gonna run away from dogs. I have no mimic or no tears left. I'm just gonna force them to. Do you guys do this? Do you get used to swinging on one side of your horse? I find it like useful to just like go around in circles and do the horse with one side. Oh. I actually killed the dog, and then these guys. I end up doing that. There were 2 more dogs over here. I kind of hate that I have to now watch for enemies that don't attack me first, because who knows if all of the forager brood look like those things, or if some of them, like, what if one of the forager brood looked like a dog, right? Like.
Whew. All right, sorry about that, chat. I've been I have this massive freaking water cup next to me. Gotta stay healthy.
I got the dogs.
Got the dogs.
I got the dogs. How much time we got left?
We are about 30 minutes. We're at
About 30
7:30.
minutes. Okay. So we'll have time to go across the bridge, maybe.
We'll maybe go across the bridge.
Yeah.
So we have Scar in here with the room in the room with us, and he was wondering from one of the questions we had in chat. What's your involvement with Warhammer Universe? Warhammer 40K.
40K. I've played Warhammer Fantasy. I've never played 40K.
Gotcha.
Read some of the books. They're really good.
Any favorites that stand out?
No, it's been a while.
Okay.
One of the things I love about, like, those books are dark, right? They feel, honestly, they feel Black Company dark and not, but I don't know. I haven't read enough of them to say. I believe I've read some of is it called the Horus Heresy?
Yes, the Horus Heresy is like the big.
Yeah, I read some of that is then, if that is an actual name from one of those, then that is what I read.
Nice. You have definitely landed on the right ones.
Yep, I liked it. I remember liking it. I remember the author kind of thinking like, wow, this author does not read like a tie-in author. This just reads like great books. And though that does happen now and then, but it's so yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, but of course.
I
was watching them. I knew they were going to do that to me.
Yeah.
And here I am with 3 of these and no way to heal. So yeah. I think Henry will do a good job with them, right?
I'm so excited.
He is so excited by these. Anytime I chat with him about it, you can tell he just loves it, right?
Right.
Like, and he really gets it, and he really is excited by it. So, but you know, that's how he is. He gets excited by stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
From what?
Dan Abnett, he's a good writer.
Dan Abnett.
If you guys like dark stuff, even if you haven't done Warhammer, I can recommend his books. I think you'll enjoy them.
I would agree.
Mm-hmm.
So, looking at some of these other questions,
Mm-hmm.
what Final Fantasies have you played, and what is your favorite if you have one?
Are these guys not going to drop down for me to bonk now?
No, you picked up the item. They're like,
the item.
we forgot about you this time.
Come on. Gotta have a rematch. Now that I actually can heal. That wasn't so bad.
No,
I just
not at all.
bonked you. Man, what is it with this DLC and everything having like 6 hit chains?
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
Right?
look, they heard the feedback about Mikola, and we're like, oh, we'll just give everything massive combos.
Mikola or Millennia?
Millennia.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, stop with the combo in me. Let me have a turn to play the game. I shouldn't talk because I killed the other 2 so easily. It's just that, man, they're
brutal.
yeah.
This is one of those things where we were talking about it last time, which is this DLC just wanted to ramp up the difficulty.
Yeah, it did.
Yep.
So, what were you were saying something?
Yeah, Final Fantasy.
Oh yeah.
The ones.
So I've played every Final Fantasy. I did not finish 2.
Okay.
I got to Spoony Bard, but I didn't get much further than that.
Right.
But By the time I was playing 2, it just wasn't quite working. Played 1 a ton, 6 a ton, and my favorite is 10, followed by 7 and 8, pretty close to each other, followed by 6. Voice acting added a ton to those games for me, so that's why I like 10. Really like 12. Have not been able to get into any of the others.
Gotcha.
The new ones. I have not tried Remake. I don't know, like, once I started playing these games, it's really hard for me to go to any combat that I don't feel like my skill and decisions have an impact on it.
Right.
And I feel like too many games, and this is not a problem. Like, you can design a game like this. It's not a bad thing, right?
Right.
So everybody likes different stuff, but too many games for me, it's like if you just push the same button over and over again without any thought or strategy, you will just eventually down the boss. Or sometimes it's even really bad with some games. Your allies will just defeat the enemies for you, and you just have to sit there. And I don't have time for that anymore, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, I don't got time. I want to come to a game that lets me feel like I'm actually, like, I don't know.
You're investing your time and your skill increases with that time. Yep.
Like, that's the thing about Dark Souls, right? Or Elden Ring. Like, why do I sit here with 5 million runes, right? Rather than leveling up my character? Because I'm leveling up.
Right.
My character doesn't need to level up. I'm leveling up. And so, like, fighting those dragons is super satisfying. Because the first one that I fought, like, I must have died 50 or 60 times. Oh, it's one of these old ghost guys.
Oh.
I like that they added these. These are cool.
Interesting.
And then I came to this one, and it's an upgraded one with new moves that I'm not used to. And I built it in, like, what, 3-4 times?
Yeah.
That feels, I have leveled up way more than my character has. And that feels great. That's something that I'm looking for in a game nowadays, is that I will level up.
Well put.
I like that it still has level up mechanics. A lot of true roguelikes don't. And it's only about you leveling up. I like that in these games you can pick your difficulty by how much you level up and things. But yeah, anyway, we talked about that last time.
Yes, we did. This is one I keep seeing pop up. Do you have, since they're the 10 guilds of Ravnica and the 10, I'm blanking hard. Knights Radiant Orders.
Yeah.
Could those go 1 for 1?
I've tried, and it's real hard to get them to go 1 for 1. You can basically 1 for 1 colors, but you got to stretch on a couple.
Okay.
So you can do color pales, but they won't be the actual guilds. But I guess that's probably what they were asking.
Yeah.
So you can, like, I've done this because I've taken a hand at designing some cards just for fun.
Right.
And things like that, and you can get it to work. Oh, there you are.
Nice.
Man, I love these swords.
They're so
this moveset, like, I love that I've got the big sweep, right?
Right.
That I can just deal, and I love that I've got the strong bonk straight down, so if I'm in a hallway.
Yep.
I love the jump attack, and I even like that you can poke, right?
Yep.
Just, like, being able to crouch and go. The only thing that I wish it had is that I wish that this one were a faster down. Rather than a sweep the other direction. So,
I mean, that tracks. It's a very solid moveset for a very fun class.
Yeah. This moveset's great.
Very nice. Always could use those.
Yep. Scimitar has a cool moveset too. I don't know if you ever used that.
I have used the Scimitar.
Have you used the little dance? Sideways dance?
Scimitar
has it on at least. Tell me if it does it in Elden Rings. In all the Dark Souls games, the Scimitar has a unique sideways dash. That if you hit the button in the right way and sideways, I got very used to it in one of the builds. You actually do a cartwheel to the side in a cool way.
Interesting.
Tell me if Elden Ring does that. I think it's the Scimitar.
I'll leave that one up to you, chat. Another one I keep seeing is, do you have a least favorite literary genre, and what would you need to do to enjoy writing a story in it while keeping the genre's promise?
I don't know if I can, right? Like the realism movement that specifically involves like Tess of the D'Urbervilles and James Joyce to an extent. Like that brutal realism movement. It's not even like Grapes of Wrath and stuff. That's a slightly different thing. Like I don't know if I could ever do that.
Gotcha.
But that's probably. Oh wow! What this one? Look at that.
It's buffed.
Ew! There's a buffer up there. That's
Interesting.
Cool. I got to kill him first.
Yep.
Sorry, I just touched the mic. So I don't know, but that's probably not what they were talking about. They're probably talking about like larger scale genres. And I don't know if there's any that I wouldn't like to write in. The thing about genre is, and here's something for you, those you writers. There are differences, and it's good for you to start thinking of this, between a genre's trappings and a genre's it's like visual tropes and its narrative tropes. Okay? These are two different things. So, for instance, Star Wars is using Western. The original Star Wars is using Western and some World War II war novel writing like narrative tropes, but it's using science fiction visual tropes, right? And learning to separate those two, he's way back there, is really handy for you. And you will use the narrative tropes of everything as you become a writer, right? Like if you go to the Stormlight Archive, you're going to find the narrative tropes of almost every genre in there. And even those narrative tropes aren't really, oh man, they are so buff.
Rough they get buffed.
Yeah. Those, oh, no, they're not. Okay. Now, oh, he's still, no, okay. But you don't even, like, we associate them with those genres because they're used a lot. It's not even that they are that, right? It's just that that's where they're used a lot. What?
You have, I believe.
Where's my stuff? Did I already go in here and get it?
Yes, because there was only one item in this place, I think.
What?
You might have avoided them? Or they might have just walked
No,
away.
no, in this thing, there's like a whole from soft. Yeah, see? There's nothing here.
Futility.
There's nothing here. I'm gonna leave a note. It's time for a message.
Time for a message.
Time for a message. Time for a message.
Congregation, please stand by. The high priest speaks.
Yep. All right. What are we? You're gonna do visions of. Visions of. Precious item. But.
No blank ahead.
Why is it always sadness? Suffering. Yeah.
There you go. Do you have something for?
What do we do?
Oh, I mean the collapsed person.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah. All right, there we are. Visions of precious item. Yeah, there we are.
There you go.
There we are. Let's check our message. Yeah.
But why is
it always suffering? There you go. There you go.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, there you go, chat. The words of Thog have spoken.
Yep. Ooh.
Oh, that's actual important.
Another
item.
thing.
Wait.
Resistance to the last ailment suffered. Oh, that's cool.
Huh.
Yeah.
Ooh. That's smart. Bleed builds will want that because they can get their blood triggers and then not get bled by enemies. Huh. Interesting.
Oh, that's cool. So basically, is there any genre, like any of those tropes I wouldn't want to use? Mm-hmm. No, I'll use them all. Is there any like visual genre tropes I haven't used? No, I really have done a lot of them. And this wasn't across the bridge. This was, yeah. All right. I would enjoy using them all.
Right.
But this is why for instance, Stormlight Archive is stealth and underdog sports story, right? So is Ender's Game. They're using the narrative tropes of what we call an underdog sports story, and using that for the storytelling. Dogs.
Oh, the dogs.
The dogs.
No escape.
And it's why, yeah.
I mean, yeah, makes total sense. This is an interesting one.
Okay, let's see if something shoots me as I try to cross.
Oh, I mean, yeah. Let's we'll stand
see
by.
if there's
Classic.
Yep. So what are we thinking? This is gonna be a catapult. If you got the things. It could be the ballista. Oh, it's a ballista.
Ballista. Yep, you're right.
I was wrong. Yep, that's a ballista.
Yeah.
It's not a catapult.
With many friends to
Once again, FromSoft never change.
Ugh.
Never change. I like that part of it.
Whew. Yeah, revenge.
I do like the horse jump. You can jump off the horse. I think it's a little hard to implement.
Right.
I wish that just pushing whatever it is, L3, automatically got you off the horse no matter what. Sometimes if you're like sitting still, you don't horse jump. And that's kind of weird, right?
Yeah, a little bit. Interesting. These guys.
Oh, come on.
Ooh. Camera, work with you.
Yeah.
Ooh. There you go.
Why is it not lock on that guy?
Oh,
He's got like some sort of thing to make him not lock.
It just doesn't want, because the game just doesn't.
Oh, I
like it.
forgot. I love the running slide on these big swords.
There you go.
They're really handy. If those were a poke, that would be way worse. But you can do. I don't know if you check your running, but your running one, like being able to get a big sweep at the end. This one's my favorite. I like how it goes on the ground.
Very nice. Especially if you're approaching a boss and getting both hits in. That's got to be fantastic. So, here's an apt question, given Stormlight 5 has reached its end. Was there any parts or process of writing Stormlight 5 that was more difficult or really pushed you?
Yes, and I'm going to have to wait. Oh, we've got a night. I'm going to have to wait until the book's out to tell you. But there were some of the plot lines that I wrote, got our feedback. I'm like, I need to do a better job with this, right?
Right.
And that happens with everyone, but
Devastated.
iframes. You don't get iframes, and I do. But you don't have stamina, and I do. So that's annoying.
Very nice.
Gotta help.
So a pseudo Raffo.
Yeah. Pseudo Raffo asked me when the book's out.
Cool.
Yep.
To go back to the magic question, if you had a recommended pair of colors for a Stormlight themed deck, what would you say is the most fun color pair?
Well, yeah, you got to choose which faction in Stormlight. Right.
That's a.
Yep. We
good
will
point.
roll. You're good at appraisal. My wife's favorite part of these games is when I roll through tables. So, for instance, are you picking like an Order of Knights Radiant? Are you just picking kind of like the Alethi? If you're picking the Alethi, at what era are you picking the Alethi? Because Dalinar would definitely be red-black in his early life, and you could do like the conquest of the Alethi. Like, is that a snake? No, it's a half statue of America.
Perfumers?
Perfumers. They gave me a lot of trouble earlier in my build before I was able to get the full bonk going.
Right.
Back.
Oh, I wasn't. There you go.
But modern Dalinar is like mono white, right?
Right.
Maybe white red still. Like he's white red for a while, and then eventually he's mono white. So which version?
Right.
Kaladin is white blue. Very, very clearly, white characterization, blue power set.
Right.
You could do a mono white Kaladin pretty justifiably. I think that's arguable. Like, what are you going to do? Ooh.
I think their goal is probably one of the Knight Radiant orders.
Yeah, I'd pick an order and build around that. Or I'd pick like the listeners, right?
Right.
Like not just say, oh, it's the singers. No, pick an actual faction and build your thing.
Makes sense. Okay. I'll
Hi, I
keeping-
killed all your friends.
Ooh. What colors would Hoyt be? Or is he just all five?
Hoyd's all 5. Yep.
Okay.
Hoyd
Yeah.
is classic all 5 character. Ooh, that's important.
Ooh,
yeah.
yep, very needed.
Oh, it's a dog on fire? You are kidding me. This thing's going to kill me, isn't it? All right. Sir
Yeah.
Thump, you're joining me. Come on.
By Mesmer's
Yeah. Get that dog on fire, Sir Thump. Go for it. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Come on. Yeah, you got him. You got him. He cheered me on. I got to cheer him on.
it's
He helped me beat the dragon, right?
Yep.
Oh, he's having some tough times. Oh, he's gonna get. Oh no, he got
He's
stunned.
got this.
He got it. Good job, my friend. Yeah, good job.
Awesome. Where does Sir Thump lie in the rank of the Church of Bonk?
The Church of Bonk, he's definitely my acolyte.
An acolyte.
Yep. He got bonked so hard that he joined the Church of Bonk. And he came back as a ghost to help convert people.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
10-minute warning, just FYI.
Okay, great.
Interesting. Guys, if you have, well, never
Ooh.
mind. I'll just scroll up a little
We
bit.
just found
Nice.
Grace, so we might have to start at this thing next time.
If you were to make Mistborn into a game,
Yes.
what era would you want it to be in?
So I actually wrote up a story for a game back when we were thinking of doing one. And it was like about 200 years after the Lord Ruler started his reign, 200 or 300 years. So it's kind of like the origins of Mistborn, is like the culture of Mistborn and who they are, and where Mistcloak came from. Oh, that guy got me.
Brutal.
That's a cool magic spell. 3 little things of fire.
Mesmer's Flame.
Oh, and we got to 5 million points.
Congratulations.
Yeah. I think Thog is trying to beat my high score,
Which was?
17, I think.
You probably could do it in the DLC.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get to 17.
For the Lego map behind you, I don't believe we have any official instructions. Is
No,
that ever?
there's some online, and we recommend you use theirs. Isaac didn't I don't think has an official one that he came up with.
Okay.
And so Isaac did that just as a gift for me. Would we ever do a Lego? Is that what they're asking?
No, but that is a good question.
Yeah, oh yeah. Lego's one of those things that we'd be like instantly. Isaac loves Lego. This is my VP of art. He does a lot of give me my room. These things.
It's just not. You don't get a skull.
Yeah. Guess what? Trample. There we go. Torrent can do it.
All for a broken rune.
Yep. You got it. Oh, that reminds me. I think I have some points stored up in here, don't I?
Oh.
Yeah.
Crack all the souls.
Gotta get our points, right?
Yeah.
Right?
I mean,
Yeah.
you beat them. It's only fair.
Yeah. That's what you do with them, right? That's
Yeah.
what Thog, as far as Thog knows, right? That's what you do with them.
The natural born.
You can't spend them all though, because there's places where you can duplicate them.
That is
So
true.
you got to keep the expensive ones.
Although you don't have to have them on you to dupe them.
Oh, really?
Yep, you just have to go up to the place, and then as long as you've beaten the boss,
Oh,
you
really?
can dupe it.
Oh, yeah, because I made okay. Oh, yeah. See, this one's worth a lot of points.
Good old
That,
Star
that one's worth a lot of points.
Yeah.
So we'll take some of those for our points. See if we can make chat cringe.
For some of those D&D questions, you can go look at Intentionally Blank. We've talked a lot about some of the characters along with the live streams.
Yeah, we've done a whole bunch of D&D stuff. We don't
Lot
want
of
to bore people. There's like a little rise over here before we go into the thing. We can do that for a few minutes. So is this still fun to you guys? You enjoying me talking about writing theory while I am running around getting killed by things?
Yeah.
in or in Elden Ring. Keep wanting to say Dark Souls. Plump sword ahead. Is there
A lot of yeses. People
is
are.
there a jar? Oh no, I was hoping there was like a jar or something. It's one of these things.
Gotcha. We're very grateful for you all to tune
Yeah,
in.
this is fun. I didn't think I would enjoy this, but I do. This is way more fun than signing pages and answering questions. And I have enough muscle memory with these things that I can answer somewhat involved questions. Not super involved, but somewhat involved.
Yes, and we appreciate you all asking the questions. I am curious, and this came up just because one of our videos went live with you doing Magic with the Professor.
Yeah.
Is there anyone you would want to play a game against, or bring in to do
I've
games?
told you that I've wanted to meet Richard Garfield.
Yes.
That is a life goal, is get him. Not like I'd enjoy playing with him, but I'm sure he gets tired of people wanting to play with him, and
Right.
He may not have the time for that, right?
Yep.
So I'll be, but my life goal is to get him to sign a card for me and edit it.
Yeah, one day.
Ooh,
I'm
one
excited for
little
that.
statue things. There's something up here.
Another Magic question. The secret lair with the not radiant. Did you were you able to see the one from?
Yeah. He's one of our concept artists. That's really cool.
Who was it? Was it DeSantos?
No, it was Randy Vargas.
Randy Vargas.
He's really great, and he knows that I love stuff like that. So it was really cool when he did that. It's a legally distinct shard bearer. Yep, it's like legally distinct from shard bearer knight, and that's cool.
Doesn't the bottom of it just say Journey or something like that?
Yeah. So nice work, Randy. I bought one. It's really cool.
It's very cool.
Thumbs up to him on that.
Do you think you'd ever post your cube list? for
Yeah,
people to
someday.
see?
The problem with my cube list is that I got a lot of weird cards in it, guys. Like I own a Splendid Genesis, and we run that. I have alpha playtest cards that don't exist in Magic right now. These guys do a ton of damage. Oh, I haven't used my Erdtree fragments.
That would probably
so
help.
these guys, these normal guys, are doing like half my life. That's
Right.
why. They said, the Miyazaki said, dude, guys, use your fragments. If you don't, like,
Yep.
it's not just going to be difficult. It's going to be like the game.
The game will punish you.
The game is not built for you to not do that.
Yep. So, if you were to create a video game,
Yeah.
what kind of bosses would you make? Like, what's your...
It just depends on the genre of video game, right?
Just depends on
Like
the genre.
I would play. There are lots of different genres of games that I'd have ideas for, but I don't know if I'd be good at designing a video game or not. That's still a question for me, right?
Yep.
Like I would like to try it. All of what I've been doing so far is to get experience, so that someday, hopefully, I can design my own. But I think we talked about last time, I don't know how smart it would be for someone to give me. These guys were, I think, buffed also. There's got to be a buffer.
Something's buffing them.
No, that was just Warcry. Just, but
There you go.
wrong one. But I don't know if it would be smart for someone to give me $100 million to make a video game.
Right.
I think I'd do a better job than a lot of people. How about that? I don't think I would have the writer problems that a lot of writers would. But I still think I would do a mediocre job, maybe. I don't know. I hope I do a good job. But maybe someday I'll be able to make a video game with like some game designer who loves my books in the same way that Miyazaki loved George's books. And
Right.
then I can make sure I don't screw it up by making them by emphasizing the narrative in the wrong way. A good narrative certainly helps a video game. Look at that.
Yes.
But
That's cheeky.
you've done this, haven't you?
Yes.
Can I do torrent here? Oh, I can.
Yes, you can. I'm more
Alright.
laughing. It would not be a FromSoft game if it's like, we're just going to put like
Yeah.
15 enemies. We're just going to shoot you with
Yeah,
fire.
and oil barrels.
And oil barrels.
Yeah, oil barrels. Let's see if you go back up like
Yeah.
this. And then No, it's not there.
I might recommend after you clear out these folks. We are at
Yeah,
7:59.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to. I didn't spend my scattered tree fragment. But we'll see. We'll do one more death.
One more death.
One more death.
There you go, chat. There's your answer.
Last death. Yeah, it's got the shields and there's fire bombs.
Yeah, it's a classic.
Yeah, yep. And you get too far away, that guy starts firebombing you.
Yep.
So he's hard to kite.
Nice.
But I can go over here.
Yep.
Get whatever this is.
Looks like a decent item.
Smithing stone 3, yay!
Well, to get some of these final questions, we'll lightning round them. Possibility of an anime adaptation.
I would say good. Depends on if you're talking straight up like actual anime from an anime company, less likely. American anime, pretty good. I know the guys who made like Castlevania and stuff. I've had lots of meetings with lots of people. I don't want to start there. How do I get up there? Right? Like, I don't think we're quite there yet.
Right.
I think we talked about this, but if we didn't, I don't think we're quite there where mass audiences will go to and watch something like Arcade. My mom, we're getting there. People are doing great work and things like that, but I don't think we're quite there yet, and I don't want to launch the Cosmere. Like, once the Cosmere's launched, then gloves are off, right? Then we'll just do whatever is the cool thing. But I think the first Cosmere property has to be a live-action, either prestige television show on one of the big streamers, or it has to be a film for cinema. Not even a streaming film, right? I think the two things that are doing the best right now are really solid prestige television. Oh, hey.
Oh, one of these dudes.
One of these dudes.
Intriguing.
Can I turn you on? No, he's just rubble.
Interesting.
Or if you manage to get something that works in cinema. So why not just start with an anime? It's getting closer and closer that sort of thing would be viable. The problem is an anime is basically only for my audience, which is cool. I'm happy to do something for my audience. But the way Hollywood works, there's a decent chance, these guys, that they would be like, oh, yeah, that's that anime thing. So Hollywood had a problem with epic fantasy in the mid-2000s, 2010s. Lord of the Rings was huge. Game of Thrones was huge. They said, we should do more of these fantasy things. So they picked a bunch of YA properties. They did Golden Compass. They did Darkest Rising. You can probably name, they did Aragon. You can name a dozen of these. And what general audiences were looking for, in my opinion, was more kind of adult-oriented, awesome, epic fantasy. Not that any of those things they chose are bad, right? But Hollywood did this and like, well, people don't like fantasy. We were wrong. And the answer is no, people like fantasy. I'm going to go to the side of grace in here, and then we'll be done.
Cool.
But you presented the wrong things, and I don't want to go to Hollywood and have them get in their head what the Cosmere is, and that to prevent us from getting what we want. Like, look how much difficulty, like Avatar: The Last Airbender has had with them, like getting people to take it seriously and things like that, and with their adaptation, the movie adaptation, went awfully, and I think that's just because Hollywood wasn't taking it seriously, right? And there's other problems with that, obviously, but
that's
I don't want to be in that position,
right?
And so we need. That really kind of means that we need to start with Mistborn or Stormlight or something like it. So that's the answer to our question. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me with playing some Elden Ring. I don't think I embarrassed myself too much, so that's good, but I didn't get to any of the big bosses where I would have embarrassed myself. So you can watch me embarrass myself next time, because I hear the second boss is really hard. So and I think I found the way to get to that. At least I found a thing. So we will do that next time. You guys have have a great weekend. Have a great holiday weekend for those of you in the States. And I will see you. I don't know when we'll be back, but 2 or 3
Whatever.
weeks. Yeah. On a Friday. Yep.